This grand factor, Guillermo Del Toro's Frankenstein, follows Victor Frankenstein on his quest to defy death. He ends up achieving this, but lives to regret it. We all know Frankenstein, one of the most famous and iconic stories ever told. And we have gotten tons upon tons of adaptations of Frankenstein. Some good, some bad, and some just straight up forgettable. But now we have legendary filmmaker Guillermo Del Toro taking his own spin on this classic story, which also more closely follows the original book the adaptation as before. Now I really like and highly respect Guillermo Del Toro's filmography. I love his very unique style, and I was so intrigued to see his take on Frankenstein. So I've seen Guillermo Del Toro's Frankenstein, not surprisingly, it's great. Again, this more does closely follow the book the other adaptation ever has. Now as someone who has not read the book, I can't really speak on whether it's a faithful adaptation or not. So all I can really say is that this is a very refreshing take on Frankenstein. For one, I love what this film does by having two parts. The first half focuses on Victor Frankenstein, while the second half focuses on the monster. Starting off with the first half, I love getting more in-depth and detailed backstory of Victor Frankenstein. Because most adaptations of Frankenstein just have it as he wants to create life from the dead. It's not really delved into why he wants to do this, just that he does because he does, he can. But here we really get to know Victor and really understand why he wants to do this. I love getting motivation behind this character for once. And to an extent, an understandable motivation at that. I also love getting a more in-depth look at the monster. There has been adaptations where we do follow the monster, but nothing to the extent of this. And a large reason why it's not so much good character development is due to a large part of the film being narrated. At first I was afraid this made these characters' feelings and developments a bit too on the nose, but it never does. As I think with both Victor and the monster telling these stories to other people is why the narration works. As if it was just general narration with no context, and it wouldn't really have worked. I love this film's slow but steady pace. It makes sure to thoroughly tell the story as much detail as required. And this story being in two parts and two different POVs could have potentially slowed it down a bit too much, but it never did. And this film's effects are fantastic. Yes, the limited computer effects do look really good, but this film's practical effects are stunning. The monster itself, the set designs, absolutely beautiful. I wish all films would take a page from Del Toro, and mainly use practical effects, but not to be afraid to use computer effects when necessary. This also has some stunning cinematography that makes it feel so grand. This is one of those ones of ways I'm glad Netflix was willing to make. This should have been seen on the big screen. It did get a very limited theatrical release, but that's not enough. Not for what this film deserves. And yes, while the movie has great horror, tension, and suspense, it is more of a thank you film above all. I guarantee if this one is over, you will still be thinking about it. One thing I will say is that mainly in the second half with the monster, the bride feels underused and kind of unnecessary. While yes, it does help the story move along, the element of the monster going after her, while yes, what's up in the first half, I think was fully established a bit too late in the film. It could have potentially have been left out or rewritten. But as I alluded to, in the first half the bride is used greatly. But overall, I love Guillermo Del Toro's Frankenstein. It's a great new take on this classic story that I highly recommend. Also, if you enjoy this video, you should like subscribing. Bye guys for now, bye Scarlet Thacker.